Yo, Yankees universe. If you're not sitting down right now, you better grab a seat because what I'm about to drop on you is straight up nuclear. Picture this. In the dead of winter with the Bronx still buzzing from last season's heartbreak, Brian Cashman, the mastermind himself, unleashes a trio of moves that scream conspiracy louder than a stadium organ. We're talking a righty infielder reunion that's got fans foaming at the mouth, a catcher double dip that's stacking the deck behind the plate, and whispers of a lineup overhaul that's gonna make the Yankees untouchable. This isn't just news, folks, this is a game changer, a secret playbook unfolding right before our eyes, and if you think the league's rivals aren't losing their minds, you're dead wrong. Controversy? Oh, it's brewing. Fan outrage? It's already erupting. Front office chaos? Cashman's got the Yankees plotting like chess grandmasters. Let's break this down step by step because this could be the spark that ignites a dynasty, or the powder keg that blows it all up. What do you think, Yankees faithful? Is this genius or a gamble? Drop your theories in the comments. But first, hit that like button and subscribe if you want the inside scoop on every pinstripe power play. Alright, let's set the scene, people. We're talking fresh off the press updates that hit like a Bronx bomber in the ninth inning, all within hours, all targeting the 2026 roster, and all screaming strategic overhaul, in a league where balance is king. First, the Yankees reunite with a utility wizard on a one-year deal that's got the fanbase divided. Love it or hate it, but you can't ignore it. Then boom, they sign a young catcher prospect to a minor league pact, throwing shade at the thin free agent market. And if that wasn't enough, they doubled down with another backstop, turning spring training into a gladiatorial battle. Why the outrage? Because this isn't just roster tinkering. It's Cashman admitting the Yankees lineup is too lefty-heavy, their defense is a sieve, and their catching depth is thinner than a bad scouting report. Fans are furious. Where's the big splash? They're screaming. Media's in shock, calling it marginal moves, while rivals like the Red Sox and Orioles are smirking, thinking the Yankees are playing small ball. But here's the crazy part. This is all part of a bigger, shadowy plan, folks. Cashman's not just patching holes. He's building an empire on the cheap, and if it works, the AL East is toast. Escalating tension? You bet. Imagine the clubhouse whispers, the front office memos, the league-wide paranoia. Is this the calm before the storm, or is Cashman hiding something massive? Let's dive deeper because the stakes just got sky high. Now, to understand the madness, we gotta know the players and the puppet masters pulling the strings. Starting with the Yankees themselves. This is a franchise that's won 27 World Series, but last season? They choked in the playoffs and the roster screams imbalance. Too many lefties swinging for the fences, defense leaking like a sieve, and catching that's as reliable as a broken bat. Enter Brian Cashman, the GM who's been with the Yankees since 1998, a guy who's orchestrated trades like the Judge extension and the Stanton blockbuster. He's no rookie, he's a strategist always talking about aggressive moves even if they're low-key. And the team? They're loaded with stars like Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, and Anthony Volpe, but depth issues are real. Cashman's been vocal. The lineup's lefty tilt is a problem, catching's a wasteland, and they need versatility. Now the players, Ahmed Rosario, remember him? The righty infielder traded from the Nats at the deadline last year, a utility guy who can play everywhere. He's 29, energetic, and brought life to the clubhouse. Miguel Palma? A 23-year-old catcher from the Astros system, signed internationally for $300,000 back in 2018. He's climbed fast, but his MLB numbers are meh. Peyton Henry? 28, a righty bat from the Phillies minors with a brief MLB stint in Miami. These guys aren't superstars, but they're pieces in Cashman's puzzle. Why the shock? Because Cashman's doubling down on righties and depth, right after shooting down big free agent splashes. Conspiracy alert. Is he saving cash for a monster trade? Or is this a smokescreen for something even bigger? Let's break it down further. The tension's building and the league's watching. Oh man, here's where it gets juicy, the conspiracy that's got me up at night. This isn't random, it's calculated, suspicious, and reeks of a master plan. Cashman's been dropping hints. The catching market is thin, no big righty catchers worth the dough. Yet he signs 2 minor league backstops in one day? Coincidence? I think not. This is strategic manipulation, folks, a way to balance the lineup without blowing the budget all while rivals are splurging. Remember, the Yankees have the second best World Series odds at plus 750, but they're not resting on laurels. Behind the scenes, insiders like Andy Martino are whispering about Rosario as a platoon partner for Ben Rice at first. Palma and Henry? They're low-risk gambles to create competition, forcing Austin Wells to step up or get benched. But dig deeper. Cashman's aggressive talk feels like a front. Is he secretly plotting a blockbuster trade for a stud like Shohei Ohtani or Juan Soto? Or is this about manipulating the free agent market, making teams overpay while the Yankees scoop up value? Fan outrage is real. Why not go big? They're raging. Executives are shocked. League insiders are calling it Cashman's chess game. And me? I smell a rat. This could be part of a bigger imbalance, where the Yankees quietly build a roster that's untouchable. What if this is the start of a dynasty with Cashman as the puppet master? The stakes are rising. Is this genius or is the league about to call foul? Let's compare this to the ghosts of Yankees past, because history doesn't lie. Remember the 2019 offseason? Cashman swung for the fences with Giancarlo Stanton and Aroldis Chapman, blowing up the payroll. But this? It's the opposite. Marginal moves like the Rosario reunion echo the low-key signings of guys like Brett Gardner or DJ LeMahieu, who provided value without the flash. Compared to rivals? The Red Sox just inked Rafael Devers to a monster deal. The Orioles are stacking stars. The Yankees? They're playing the long game like the 90s dynasty under Steinbrenner, where small pieces built empires. League patterns? Teams like the Dodgers do this all the time, sign minor leaguers to create depth. But for the Yankees it's suspicious. Past behaviors? Cashman's always been about balance. He traded for Rosario last year to fix the infield. Now doubling up on catchers mirrors how he stockpiled arms in 2023. Fan reactions? Outrage, this is weak. Media's in shock, comparing it to the Mets' big splashes. Executives? Rivals are furious, seeing it as a competitive edge. Here's the crazy part. If this works like the 2009 Yankees, who won with depth, not stars, the league's in trouble. But if it flops? Chaos. What do you think? Is Cashman channeling the old-school Yankees, or is this a new low? Alright, let's get tactical. Roster implications are huge, and the depth chart's about to explode. Positionally, the Yankees' infield was a mess last year. Too many lefties, weak against righties. Rosario fixes that. He's a righty bat who can platoon at third with Ryan McMahon, who struck out a MLB high rate, or spell Ben Rice at first. Salary dynamics? Rosario's $2.5 million one-year deal is team-friendly, freeing up cash for bigger fish. Development concerns? Rosario's energy could help Jason Dominguez blossom, like he did last year. For catching? Palma and Henry add depth to a thin position. Wells is the starter, but his .229 average needs competition. These signings create a tandem, pushing Wells to improve or risk demotion. Depth charts? Expect Rosario as utility, Palma/Henry battling for backup. Big picture. This balances the lineup, boosts defense and adds versatility without cap hits. But here's the intrigue. Is Cashman hiding a trade for a top catcher? The implications are massive. More righties mean better matchups, but if the catchers flop, it's a disaster. Fan outrage? Where's the power? They're screaming. League shock? Rivals are scrambling. What if this creates a super roster? The tension's peaking, every move counts. Time for the nitty-gritty, scouting reports, stats, and projections that could make or break this. Starting with Rosario. Strengths? Versatile infielder, strong righty bat, .303/.330/.458 OPS after the trade. Energy guy who elevates the clubhouse. Weaknesses? Not a power hitter, only 2 hours last year. Defense is solid but not elite. Projections? As a platoon third baseman, he could hit .280 with 10 to 15 hours and 300 ABs, spelling McMahon against lefties. Stats context. His post-trade OPS plus was 120 production, folks. Palma, strengths? Solid defender, good makeup, rapid minor league rise from rookie to AAA in one season. Weaknesses? Offensive struggles, .150 AVG, 2 HR in 41 games. Projections? Backup catcher, maybe .220/.280/.350 with 5 to 10 hours if he develops. Henry, strengths? Righty bat, presence at 6'1/229, minor league production, proven track record. Weaknesses? Minimal MLB time, defense needs work. Projections? Depth at AAA, potential .240/.310/.400 if he sticks. Overall? These are high-reward, low-risk picks. Scouts love Palma's pedigree, Henry's size. But conspiracy? Cashman's scouting whispers suggest they're placeholders for a bigger name. Fan reactions? Outrage over scrubs. Media shocked. What do you project, breakout stars or bust? Oh, the fallout is epic. Rivals are losing their minds, fans are rioting, and the league's in chaos. Yankees fans? Divided? Some love the balance, others call it cheap. Media? Headlines like "Cashman's quiet coup" are everywhere, with shock over the double catcher dip. Executives? Red Sox GM Chaim Bloom's probably fuming, seeing the Yankees stack depth while they overpay. Rivals like the Orioles? They're outraged, accusing the Yankees of stealth mode. What? Because this adds competitive imbalance. A balanced lineup and deep catching could give the Yankees an edge in the AL East. Conspiracy fuels it. Is Cashman manipulating the market, forcing teams to react? Fan outrage is viral. Social media's blowing up with "sell the farm" chants. League patterns? Teams like the Astros, Palma's old team, are jealous. Big question: will this spark a free agent frenzy? The stakes are insane. If the Yankees win big, expect copycats. But if it backfires? League-wide mockery. What do you think? Are rivals right to panic? Zoom out, folks. This isn't just 2026. It's reshaping the league. For the season? A balanced lineup means more wins against righties. Deeper catching means fewer errors. Free agency? Cashman's moves signal caution, saving for 2025 stars. Competitive balance? The Yankees could dominate the AL East, widening the gap. Dynasty talk? If Rosario sparks Dominguez and the catchers gel, it's 28 rings. But risks? If Wells regresses, it's a black hole. Conspiracy angle. This could be Cashman's patient plan, avoiding the Astros sign-stealing scandal fallout. Fan outrage? Not enough. League shock? Rivals are plotting countermeasures. What if this leads to a trade deadline blockbuster? The implications are game-changing. The Yankees might just become unstoppable. Yankees universe, we've dissected this triple threat, from the Rosario reunion to the catcher conspiracy, and it's clear. Cashman's plotting something massive, balancing the books in the shadows while the league scrambles. Is this the dawn of a dynasty or a house of cards? The outrage, the shock, the speculation. It's all building to a crescendo. But here's the big question. Will these moves pay off, or will Cashman regret playing it safe? What do you think, genius or gamble? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Happy about Rosario? Which catcher wins the battle? Predictions for 2026? We want it all. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, stay locked in for more Bronx bombshells. For the Yankees universe, I'm out, but the drama's just beginning. Go Yankees, or go home.